Another edition of What the Fuck Happenings in the YouTube Atheist Community. I was going to do this video yesterday, and I would have missed the big news. Jesus Freak, his personal life apparently has exploded. And, yeah, I guess the appropriate reaction is, oh, isn't that too bad? But, you know, remember, this is the guy who advocated voting for McCain, has pretty much justified biblical scripture, you know, slavery and the subjugation of women, and certainly would vote against homosexual marriage, TJ, for you in particular. So yeah, he gets fucked by his personal life and subjugated by a woman, essentially. Like, get the fuck out of my life, because you're a pretty fucking useless piece of crap. And yeah, and we're supposed to feel bad. Sure, okay. Yeah, there's no point in useless revenge kind of misery and suffering. But this fucktard, okay, has fucked other people with his bullshit, what he's advocated and what he has in his personal life no doubt voted for. He has essentially told other people who they can love and how they can love and how they can fucking live. So fuck him. Alright, if he gets fucked a little into a little bit of humility. You're going to hell, Jesus Freak. That's what Jesus says. You're now going to fucking hell. Alright? And you really do deserve it, you fuck, because you've preached this crap, this iron contract, this covenant with your Lord, your personal God. Alright? I guess your personal God isn't giving you personal enough instruction on how to live your fucking life right and make your wife fucking happy. And so you didn't fulfill your obligations. You blew the contract. You're going to writhing horrible hell for eternity, as the covenant with your God dictates. Because you couldn't maintain a proper relationship with your personal God and live up to his fucking expectations, you dumb fuck. So you're going to get exactly what you deserve. So now you can preach from humility, and you can preach to people about, well, I personally am going to fucking hell, and God is going to ruin me. And so now you can just talk from experience and explain why other people shouldn't be ruined, because you're going to hell forever, fucker. And yeah, you deserve it. So I wouldn't worry about your little emo hard life crap now, because guess what? It's going to be really hard. That eternity you're going to spend in fucking hell. So maybe you ought to shed a tear about that, because that's your real goddamn worry, I think. By your own fucking bullshit philosophy that you've crammed down other people's throats, and you've crammed it down their throats, compromising your own fucking relationship with your wife. So you're a fucking joke. So yeah, fuck you. You got what you deserve. I'm not gonna celebrate it, but fuck you. You're a shitty, lousy, fucking idiotic human being. And yeah, anything that disempowers you, I'm all for, because people like you having power, feeling arrogant, feeling high-minded, that's when you're more dangerous. So now I hope you turn into a drunk, and yeah, you can die in the gutter as far as I give a shit. Alright, fuck you. Alright, anyway, on to, well, you know, give me a break, man. Let's talk about him for a second, just because he really liked these emo video, you know, and then the TJ response, and his response was yes, TJ, I always knew you weren't just a big giant glass of lead paint. I knew there was a little bit of, you know, Hershey's Happy Mix in there, you know, that you're a real human being, because the amazing atheist has empathy for the Jesus Freak, and you did a really great video about being human. And you know, fuck that shit, TJ. You ranted. I remember you railed at me because I was somehow pro-government, and that means somehow I was pro the prohibitions against gay marriage. Jesus Freak asshole voted for that crap. Not in my whole fucking life did I ever vote for any of that crap. So fuck having empathy for that fucktard, okay? And fuck your hypocrisy, you know, your arch nemesis, you know, come on. What a pile of shit. So on to TJ's videos. Yeah, he was debating with Venom Fang X before this controversy took place. And yeah, it was okay debate. I mean, it's just this back and forth stuff, and that's what you do with Christians. But there was one video he did where he's explaining what he sort of believes in. And he sort of believes in his power to influence people, TJ does. And, you know, that's the sad truth here, is that people can keep talking about how he's an actor and he's just playing a role and all this shit. But this is a guy who's advocated white only. He's advocated empowering every fucking scumbaggery capable in human beings. So it's the same as saying, you know, let them eat cake. I mean, all the great famous lines of history. Because he would basically say, yes, people should be allowed to be scumbags. So fuck him too. You know, let's not be hypocrites about this shit. I hate the amazing atheist influence. Yeah, if he was preaching something worthwhile, I'd say great. But to me, he's an ugly atheist. He's not what atheists should look like, talk like, sound like. And his empathy is so fucking inconsistent. I mean, he'll talk about, you know, girls who make little dopey videos dying of cancer, you know, but now he's got to be empathetic for the old Jesus freak. Fuck that. You know, he was all, you know, ranting and railing against the goddamn Darwinist philosophies. You know, and then he becomes sympathetic to the poor plight of the Timothy McVeighs, who are just forced to go blow up little women and children because they don't have the freedom to molest them. Fuck that. Alright, virtual Holocaust, let's move on. He did a video, man, just grabbed that third rail as tight as he could, you know, I mean, woo, Holocaust, yes, let's discuss the Holocaust seriously. Like that's possible. Come on. There's no capacity to have any. You can't talk about history that's still personal to somebody. And people, look, I'm not gonna. The Holocaust happened. All this crap, blah blah. Yes. But it's always been an overtold story. I mean, it's just human nature to do this shit, and they do it. I mean, everybody's victimization is always the victimization. It's always the hugest, biggest, giantest, biggest crime when it's a crime against them. And there has been a lot of propaganda about what went on in the Holocaust. I mean, it was, look, if it was an extermination policy from the beginning, they wouldn't be putting people on trains, they wouldn't be building goddamn concentration camps and work camps, you know, they wouldn't have guards, they wouldn't have infrastructure, they wouldn't feed them at all, and you know, the whole thing got real ugly at the end of the war. But doesn't happen in every fucking war. I mean, when the guys are losing the war, everything falls the fuck apart, and that's the way the world works. But yeah, whatever. It's a stupid subject. Not that it's not a stupid subject, it's just that, you know, look, I've grown up with the whole context of the essentially, I mean, I missed 10 years of it maybe, but yeah, it's just been it's been a focus of human attention. It's certainly gotten its a respectable weeping, or whatever you want to call it. And so whatever, somebody wants to say it didn't happen now, I don't give a fuck. You know, it's part of our human narrative. We all use the example of Nazi as the greatest evil on earth, and that's certainly legitimate, even though technically Nazi isn't exactly how we have described it. But whatever, enough of that. It's stupid, it's a lousy subject. So I didn't say anything about it. I probably shouldn't have said anything about it here, because there's no winning on that subject. It's just a shitty fucking subject.